Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from the World Whiskey Society. This is their single barrel straight rye whiskey finished in Awamori casks, coming in at a 48% ABV, 12 years old. Now, for full disclosure, this bottle was sent over from the World Whiskey Society for us to take a look at and a review, so just keeping that transparency open. When it comes to the World Whiskey Society, they're known for going around to all sorts of parts of not only the United States, but parts of the world, sourcing very specific spirits, bringing them back, and doing some either really fun finishing or just releasing them as they are. This is a world first, speaking of, with this release. Essentially, what we were told is they've selected specific barrels of straight rye whiskey coming from Indiana, so MGP, using that 95% rye, 5% malted barley, keeping it not only single barrel, but a 12-year age statement, and then finishing it in an Awamori cask. Now, Awamori casks are essentially a spirit that is distilled from long grain rice. Kind of similar to the sochu side of things, not through brewing like sake is, but through distillation, which is really cool. And there's not a lot of Awamoris that are done with barrel aging. Typically they're done in pots to kind of let them do their thing in that way. But there are very select places using actual barrels, which is really cool because yet again, you're not only finishing in such a unique barrel itself, but you're bringing light to a spirit that most of us probably don't know much about. Now, personally, I've actually had a few different sochus, and I really enjoy them. So I'm really excited to see how an Indiana rye, that nice 95% rye build, plays with such a unique cask. So let's hop into it. Now, as always, as you see up here, I love these bottle shapes. These are not only beautiful on the back bar, but make great decanters for once you finish up the bottle itself. Nice and beefy metal top on here too. So, as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some other reviews that I've done over the World Whiskey Society's releases, links to those videos will be up above and down below, along with a link to their website, so you can check them out for yourself, look at some of their other releases, and maybe pick yourself up some spirits if you enjoy them. Oh, there we go. Nice beefy topper on here. Oh, I'm excited. This has been a year for rye whiskey, I'll tell you that much. It has been just crazy how many great rye whiskeys we've had coming out. Beautiful dark color. That is near mahogany on that. Look at that. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Oh, that is fun. So, wow, that's taking some directions. The rice spiciness comes through, obviously. You get that nice, bold, herbal, medicinal, kind of that 95.5 rye that we know and love. But the Awamori cask itself, it brings in this almost like a salty, almost savoriness to things. Just a little bit. And that's playing so well with that sweet spiciness because it's coming across kind of like an herb garden kind of spiciness, cracked black peppercorns, a little mintiness in there as well, and then this kind of salty chariness is also showing up. It kind of gives me also vibes of either like a toasted cask finish because it's almost got like an extra layer of sweet chariness in there, like a vanilla sweet cream. And then a cinnamon stick is definitely showing up. But the Awamori cask is so... the best thing I can say, it's got that saltiness to it, but it's almost like you get the kind of savory and sweet going on. And while this isn't a direct comparison, if you've never had it, I recommend it, is get a nice balsamic vinegar and some beautifully made vanilla ice cream. And you put the two together and eat them. And it's the most unique profile because you're getting that kind of salty, sweet, savory kind of mix to things. And that's what this is bringing. I love the spiciness in there. It's got like almost a charry element, almost like if you took cinnamon sticks and like charred them before putting them into like a dessert. There's no ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. There's all that sweet characteristic in there, and I'm digging that. And then there's this underlying saltiness, and it takes you for such a ride. I'm really hoping it comes across in the taste. Let's find out. That is a unique, wow. Okay, so you definitely get that influence from the Awamori because it's got this kind of salty umami flavor to it. Almost, it gives me vibes. I don't have it nearby, but I do have some sochu, and it's a barley sochu, and it gives me kind of that reminiscence of that. It's got an interesting kind of viscous to the palate too. It's not quite thick or thin. It's somewhere bouncing in the middle, and it just coats the palate uniquely. A lot of the spice characteristics from the rye, the sweet characteristics of a cinnamon stick, that vanilla creaminess in there, almost charriness, almost like a creme brulee effect going on. And here in the very simple finish, it leaves you with a bit of that saltiness. And it's got this nice solid oaky profile to it on top of things. That is so unique and so beautiful. The flavor is so light and inviting. Like this is taking me for a ride. I'm all about it too. Like initially you get that kind of herbal, medicinal, floral, spicy peppercorns, and like specifically like the multi rainbow colored peppercorns. And then it rolls into that vanilla sweet cream, the charriness, and this underlying salty layer in there. Almost like it's been salt cured. And it just has this beautiful play with that rice spice that I would never have expected to work. Like it just melds the two together in such a way that makes it a very luxurious sip. And if you come to me and say, Garrett, I'm not big in the 95.5 ryes, this does not give you that dilly note or that big herbal medicinal pop that you tend to get. But that Awamori Cask really kind of balances things out because you do get the spiciness, but then you get the sweet, you get the salty, but yet you get the bit of herbal, and it kind of just keeps bouncing back and forth across the palate. This is definitely an experience kind of glass. I feel like as time goes on, this is going to open up even more beautifully. And you gotta like that little bit of savory in there, but go into it with an open mind and it instantly teleports you overseas and just enjoying the craftsmanship that that culture knows, and that comes across in this sip. And I think that's a beautiful way to showcase such a unique finishing process with a great rye whiskey. Alrighty, well, let's talk. If I can get the top back on, forget it. Let's talk about a grade for this one. So typical pricing on this is $170 from their website. And anytime it goes over $100 on any bottle, I always say at your discretion, obviously. But I will say this much. It's beautiful. It gets, I would say, an A- in my book. This is an amazing bottle. Like, that idea of doing something so unique with a rye whiskey, keeping it single barrel, a good solid age statement, plus keeping that proof a little bit higher on things, all balanced out to make this sip that deserves to be on a back bar. Like, this is something that you could take to a bottle share event, a nice classy one, and really let people try something that they've never had before and probably will never have again. Beautiful. Like, they outdid themselves on this release. It is phenomenal, and it'll probably end up on my end of the year list for top finishings just because of how unique that is. And again, if you're interested in learning more about the World Whiskey Society, a link to their website will be down in the description area below. Go show them some love. So yeah, there you have it, folks. The World Whiskey Society single barrel straight rye whiskey finished in Awamori casks, 12 years old. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, I even like it might